Welcome back, everybody. I did go one turnover last video, but we're not going to do that this time. And I have a announcement on how we're changing the series from this point on, because if you could see, we have quite a lot of nations. And I don't think having a new nation is very smart. So we're going to go to this, and we're going to turn off the possibility for a new nation. So any new nation is just going to be off of splits. So, yeah, let's get to it. 99 turns this time because my dumbass went over last time. Addis Ababa is going to smallly expand. Now I gotta zoom all the way back in and shit. They're gonna get this river area and then fall alongside this river. That's right, you drink water right now, you son of a bitch. Okay, cool. Now that you've done that, they're gonna keep falling alongside the river. Get up to this one and stop and go back up to connect their territory a little more. And bang, okay. And yeah, they're gonna soon meet up with Harar. I still don't want to add any cities, by the way. So the cities are also done for the next foreseeable future. Adelaide is up. They're gonna keep fighting back against Port Lincoln, getting the northern progression that they have. I'm just gonna do the big brush. There we go. Sinai is up. Wait, why would I accept their turn? I wasted a turn. That's fine. I'll give them this pixel right here, so they have something done. Sinai I need to not do anything with for a while. Dhaka is going to keep expanding on this border with Bangkok. Getting some pixels that were here when they shouldn't have been. And cutting off their progression into this area as well. And taking a pixel by accident, but that's my bad. So there we go. We have a solidified border between those two nations. Now they're going to keep going up into the Tibetan Plateau, I think is what this is. I don't know. But they're going to go into it. Because again, they secretly love mountains. Fun fact, Lagos no longer able to go to the south, so they're going to go to the east. And cut off Harar from expanding on this place right here. And they're going to go up north. We're going over to St. Petersburg. They're just going to keep expanding. Because obviously. And it's not like there's much to say here. They're just going to fall alongside a bunch of rivers. I'm actually going to change the brush and just go up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what I mean? Christchurch, still kicking Jakarta out of New Zealand. Tokyo is going to keep doing what they do best, and that's colonizing China. And they're pissed off at Bangkok, sorry, what were you called? Ho Chi Minh City, for, you know, taking some land that they wanted, but they're gonna let the tension build for a moment because they're like, let's get infrastructure built first. You know, let's just claim land and build infrastructure so that we're prepared if it comes to it. You know what it is. Perth is up. They're gonna adopt a religion. I'm gonna say they don't follow Port Lincoln and instead they become... What makes sense? Yeah, you know what? They can become Catholic. Why not? The Maya! Speaking of Catholic. Medium expansion. They're gonna finally be able to fight back, push Los Angeles back from the east, but it's so hard to focus, and especially when you are peaceful. You're gonna need a new leader. You better kill him. Christchurch is gonna fully repel Jakarta from New Zealand, and they're gonna get these islands, and then they're just gonna chill on that island. They're just gonna chill unless Jakarta wants to come back. Jerusalem is going to keep getting some of this Arabian Peninsula. They're gonna get to Qatar, and by the way, I'm pretty sure I placed Medina in the wrong spot. I'm pretty sure Medina's closer over here. I don't remember though. I saw it for like a freeze frame in a video. You know, just out of respect to the Muslims, because you probably watch these videos. If you're Muslim, tell me right now if you're a Muslim. It'd be nice to know you exist. I'd say I put it in the right spot. Surely, right? Because it's supposed to be in line with this. So yeah. Yeah, I think I did put it in the right spot. You're welcome, Muslim. Port Lincoln is gonna keep just fight. This is gonna be a tug of war, but they got balls this time, so it's at least a little entertaining. Cairo, new leader. Got it. Mecca, no. Why did these two nations have to get splits? Okay, well, I guess we're getting Sana, who gets Aden as well. And yeah, that's gonna be them. So I gotta make this a capital now. Bang! Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. Dakar, new leader. Mumbai is going to smallly expand. They're going to also go into the Tibetan Plateau, but not because they want to. And then they realize, oh, there's flatlands! We can go to the flatlands! The Golden Horde, which is not in the right spot, but we don't care, is going to keep expanding. They're just going to go up and around, then they're going to start going west, because that's where they should be. Portland is going to keep expanding in this area, in a place that nobody cares for, really, so they're just going to largely expand there, you know, and without a care in the world. St. Petersburg is, you know, going to take a break and go for this northern island, almost get all of it. Mecca is going to slowly expand, finally, and start getting more of the Arabian Peninsula, building a little bit more of a border with Jerusalem, and now it's just a little area. China. Why did I do that again? I'm gonna give them this pixel and that's it. I know, I wasted so many turns, but shut up. Ion is going to expand in this area. Going to the south to cut off Junio, if they ever want to continue expanding. And then going to the west to continue their progression. I'm sure that's going to lead to no issues, you know, cutting them off from good land. Well, this is not good. This is probably a little better. Nuke. New leader. Maya. Small expansion. You were the one that needed the new leader. They're going to keep pushing back in the east. They're going to push back in the Caribbean. They're going to push back where it matters the most in Mexico. Even though Los Angeles could just make a landing there, but for plot purposes, they won't. Tokyo is going to keep expanding in China, doing what they do best. I think this is actually further than they've gone in real life. I don't remember. They're going to go into the Tibetan Plateaus, what I think this still is. I don't know. Again, I'm just making up words at this point. They're going to fall alongside these rivers. Christchurch. You know what? They're going to go to war with Jakarta. I didn't want them to be picked, but they're going to war with Jakarta over these islands. They're like, you know what? We want to be the island nation. So they're going to war with Jakarta. Getting every island they can try. Constantinople is going to... I forgot that was even a thing. So they're going to keep expanding in this southern area, meeting up with Ashgabat yet again. And almost making it to the river. They do, and they're going to follow alongside it. Because why wouldn't they? And they're going to keep following alongside the Ashgabat border, and they're even going to get up there just so that that's fixed. Now what does Constantinople do, you wonder? I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm trying to keep them peaceful and all that. And they have nowhere to go. I think they're pretty much done, because I'm going to give this area to somebody else. So Constantinople, I'm also going to skip when they show up. They're just going to stay that way until the Battle of the Death. Dakar, okay. That is the correct thing. Adopt religion. You have the same religion as Mecca, right? Yeah, it's the same one. Ho Chi Minh. I just realized they were Shinto with Japan. They're going to keep expanding in China. Going to fall alongside some rivers. Meet up on the other side of this river with Tokyo, and it's like, can you go away, old man? You know, and then they're going to go western. Meet up on the other side of the river as Bangkok. Is that a pixel the whole time that should have been colored in? Whatever. Don't know how that happened. They're gonna keep going up now. Again, how does this stuff happen? Like, what? Okay, whatever. Going up into this mountain. There's really nothing important there. Christchurch will keep battling for these islands. And eventually, they do get basically every island that they know exists. Rio de Janeiro. Really? Okay. That's who's back. Sao Luis. Ah, man, I'm gonna have to fix that. Look at Sao Luis. They're back. Montevideo is gonna slowly expand. And finishing this little area with Rio. And they will go across this river to start expanding in this area. And it's going pretty well for them. Of course, I messed up again, though. I need to stop talking. Tokyo is going to smallly expand. Connect their territory. I can't zoom out. So everything is connected fully. That's nice. They're gonna keep going up to the north now. And now it's not connected anymore. Edmonton is gonna largely expand. They're just gonna do a whole bunch of nothing up here, so who cares? Ghana is gonna largely expand. They're gonna start moving into Africa, bordering with Addis Ababa, moving alongside the Red Sea, and going more into Sudan area, stealing some pixels along the way, but who cares? Carthage, they've learned their lesson to not mess with Rome for now, so they're just going to expand in Africa. You know what I mean? About all they can do. Adelaide is going to fight back again with a massive push that looks very weird, but whatever. Edmonton, again, is just going to do a whole bunch of nothing up here, so nobody really cares. Rio de Janeiro is going to smallly expand. They're going to jump alongside this river and start taking what Belém was going for. And also, they got to get rid of these pixels. There we go. And that's all Rio gets for now. La Paz. La Paz is going to go up. And then west. And they're going to eventually find Lima, and they're going to be like, wait a minute, hey, who are you? And then Lima's like, you're not going to kill me too, right? And La Paz is like, what are you talking about? Everyone that I am bordering is attacking me right now. Oh, I wouldn't do that. You won't? Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Thank you. And Carthage is up. They're just going to, you know, do a whole bunch of nothing. Rio, I want them to stay like that for a while. Adelaide is going to mediumly expand. Like, now we're getting to the point where I will just skip countries because they have a good border, and I don't want them to expand much more. And, you know. Bangkok. Apparently I forgot that pixel. They're just gonna, you know, go up here for no reason. Besides, it's the only way they can go. Until Phnom Penh shows up again. And they get all the way up there, so they have like a little reach up or something, I don't know. Salt Lake is going to adopt a religion. Do they not want to be Mormon anymore? Well, too bad. They're staying Mormon. Dakar. Give it a moment. Give it another. Dakar is led by George. Crazy. They're going to largely expand. They are a desert nomad, so, but they're losing a lot of drawing power, so how does that make sense? Carthage is going to just, you know, keep doing a whole bunch of nothing relevant at all. Lagos is going to go to the north in this river area, and then go north alongside the other side of it. Montevideo is going to smallly expand, meet up with Rio again, say hello to the Belemians on the other side of the river, and start meeting up with La Paz alongside this. Chicago is going to largely expand. They're just going to get all of that, get this as well, and get this island. And Chicago's basically done. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much for them to get. They could go for this, and because this is an island, I will give it to them. And that's it, actually. So, yeah, Chicago's done for now. Santiago is going to mediumly expand. They're going to get these islands. They're going to go up what is actually a Chilean area. Santiago, again, is going to smallly expand. South America's almost done. I think this is like the last area. No, well, I forgot about that, actually. And only 2 countries can go for it right now because these 2 are at war, so I'm going to focus on that for plot. So, you know. The Golden Horde is going to adopt a religion. They're Buddhist in real life. Well, I guess I could cheat in Buddhism, but they're already adopting a religion, so it's kind of too late. So, what's the closest? It's just Shintoism. So they could be Shinto for a while, maybe I'll cheat it in next time. Jakarta is gonna union. So they're like, hey, listen, can you stop taking our territory, Christchurch? Please. And Christchurch is like, you know what? I just wanted to be acknowledged. So, you know, Christchurch is dead. Very, very uneventful life. And Jakarta just solved other issues. Ayan is going to just expand in this nothingness over here and do a whole bunch of nothing because there's nothing really of note over here. Where's the Jewish Oblast? I think it's somewhere in this area. I don't know. Montevideo. No, it's somewhere around here. I don't know. What is, you wonder? Just gonna put it in a rough area. Ascension. I couldn't tell you where it is. It's actually probably closer to down here. I don't care. You try to figure this out without using my poorly placed cities. And tell me where it is. Portland is just gonna keep going up here. For no reason whatsoever. Not like anything's up there. St. Petersburg is going to keep largely expanding. They're going to get the rest of this island. They're going to go for the north ones up here too. And go over there. And now they're going to go back down and expand normally. Get to this northern area. They're coming up on Nida, who has not shown up since they've started. So, you know, there's that. They're going to follow alongside these rivers. Then they're going to go down here. They still don't know Nida exists, even though they're literally throwing distance away, but you know. Ion is going to expand in the southern area. And they're coming up on Ion. So it's going to be the battle of the A's that sound almost exactly the same. Edmonton is going to keep expanding. They're going to cut off Chicago just because they think they're going to go up here, even though they're definitely not. Find out that Iqaluit, I still don't know how to pronounce that, exists. And of course there's a hole there. Oh my god. Jakarta is up. They're going to keep expanding into Australia. Not knowing anyone else exists down here. And not knowing about the war going on to the south. And then they're going to run into Perth and they're like, hey, who are you? Oh, we're Perth. Oh, we're Jakarta. That's nice. And they're kind of friendly with each other. They're kind of flirting or something. Macedonia is going to expand down into Libya towards Benghazi, border on Cairo, because, you know, they need to go somewhere, and I want them to have a bigger empire because it's the Macedonian Empire. Not just like North Macedonia, it's the Macedonian Empire. Ascension is going to expand in this area, getting the rest of the La Paz border up till Santiago, and then going to take some land from Chile and Buenos Aires. So they're stepping on everybody's toes. They're gonna go up to the north and gonna get the rest of this area, it seems. So they just stepped on a whole bunch of toes to claim the last bit of land in this southern area that these people can reach. And they have a stupid looking border, so it doesn't help any feelings towards them. Junio, which doesn't even exist right there, is going to just keep expanding in the southern area. And then they're going to start expanding to the east. Sorry, the west. I don't know my rights from left. Going a little more on the border of Ion, and then they realize... Oh, I'm just going to pretend I had that the whole time. And then they realize... Because I hit my mic, so my mouse went up. They realize, wait a minute, we're stuck. Why are we stuck? And Ion's like, we want to go over here. We don't want you stealing it from us. And they're like, well, tough luck. And they start invading. So, you know, yeah, not the smartest. Cairo is going to expand. They're going to expand down here. Get like a little Egyptian type border going on. Going down the Nile too. Belém is going to expand to the west. Alongside the border of Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is like, hey brother, do you want to become Mormon? And Belem's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want that right now. And they're like, oh, you're missing out, man. Yeah, I'll believe you. I'll believe you that I'm missing out, but I gotta go. So, and they leave. You know, they're going away, literally anywhere else from Los Angeles because they're kind of creepy. And look at how big their nation is. It's actually unbelievable. They're not even at 10,000 pixels. Holy shit. Bangkok. I don't want your border to look any more dumb than it already is. St. Petersburg is going to adopt a religion. What were you, Orthodox? Yeah, so you're going to stay Orthodox, buddy. Buddy. You're staying Orthodox. I don't think you understand. You're staying Orthodox. Next up is Montevideo, who is going to smallly expand and start a war against Ascension. Because they look stupid, and they are stupid. So they're launching a war campaign on them. And fun fact, they got every nation around them to agree, let's kill this fucker. And they're like, yeah, I can agree with that. They look stupid, they are stupid, I can agree with killing them. Sana is going to adopt a religion. You're staying Islamic, buddy. Oh, I thought that was the area. I'm like, how are they that small? No, that's age, stupid. Next up, it's Nida. They finally show up after 171 years of doing nothing. They're going to largely expand, fix that area right there. They're going to go to the west, get a bunch of areas alongside this river, and now they make themselves known to St. Petersburg, who's like, oh, there's somebody over here? Yeah? So is this land all conquered? No, it's not? Yeah, so I still have a chance. Yep. Oh, you lovely person. And they're going to keep expanding to the east because of this news. Macedonia is going to keep expanding in the Libyan area. They meet up with Carthage, who they know a lot because they were part of Rome when they were at war. Jakarta is going to keep expanding in Australia, going for the areas that really make no sense to go for instead of the east, but whatever. I did click random, by the way. Nida again is showing up, and they're going to get that area right there. They're going to keep expanding to the east and then to the south. They're just... oh, that could have been really bad. They're just building out an area. They look like a race car almost. Sao Luis. I'm going to let them do it so that I can make this border look a little bit better. And we're going to pretend like they had this the entire time. Because look how much better that looks. Now that's basically it for them. Junio is going to keep launching their war against Ion all the way over here, not all the way over there. They're storming towards the capital. And Ion's like, okay, we relent. Stop. We'll let you through. Ion, speaking of, you might have surrendered too soon, but they surrendered, so you gotta honor it. They're gonna keep going west. And they're not expanding any more south. They need to let Junio a passage to get to the west. That was a condition of surrender. And they're like, damn it, you know, we could have fought back, but we're put. Oh, 777. Anyway, La Paz is going to largely expand. Hey, you remember, you know, how I said everyone joins in? Yeah, I mean, everybody joins in. I'm not gonna say that word. It started with a G. I'm not saying it. So it's a beat down, we'll say. Yes, sounds so much better. They're joining in on this beat down. They're getting a lot of pixels as collateral damage, but who cares? Constantinople, I said I'm gonna ignore. Mecca, though, zoom out, is fair game. So they're going to keep getting the Arabian Peninsula. They should have Riyadh. They should definitely have Riyadh by now. So now they're going to expand into Africa. Along the Red Sea, stopping Sana from going a little more north. And I know I don't want to play cities anymore. I'm going to place Jeddah, though, I think. Or sorry, Riyadh. I think Riyadh's right here. Is that how you spell Riyadh? I'm insane. I'm so good. Can't believe I spelled that right. Monterrey is going to keep invading the Mayans. Going towards Guatemala. I believe they split from the Mayans. They might have just split from Los Angeles. So, they definitely know these cities exist. You know what I mean? Because these cities were here when they were part of Los Angeles. Dakar is going to just keep expanding. Oh, that could have been really bad. They're going to go alongside the Roman border, even though they were told to go away, but they forgot, because it's been a while. Los Angeles is going to smallly expand. All that pushing back, and it's pretty much done for. They invade Trinidad. They're moving towards Caracas. And that looks stupid, but whatever. Edmonton is going to try to union with somebody. Who are they going to try to union with, you wonder? Absolutely fucking no. But actually, you know what? We're getting rid of the natives up here. Not the first time. There it is. Iqaluit is dead. I'm sorry to the people of this nation, but you kind of were irrelevant. Cairo, with an Egyptian almost border. They're going to keep mediumly expanding. Turning on my AC because it's hot in here, so if you hear that, ignore it. Macedonia on the other side of them is going to expand and, you know, go down a little bit more. It's the race for Africa, scramble for Africa. Again, Constantinople, I'm skipping. Tokyo, though, is going to try to union with Ho Chi Minh. And they're going to say, fuck no. I just realized how old Tokyo is. That's crazy. That's absolutely absurd. Anyway, Dhaka is going to mediumly expand and go alongside the Bangkok border. I'm going to make the border look a little bit like that because it looks a little bit better. They're going to follow alongside all these rivers up here in the Tibetan Plateau, I think. Yeah, they got like a really tall thing. Edmonton finally can fix this stupid looking thing. And, yeah, they're just, it's nothing, there's nothing up here. So we're just gonna have them go. Junio is now gonna barrel through Ion's lands. Yeah, Ion. To try to get to what was promised to them. St. Petersburg is gonna keep expanding to the east, because they were told there is no claim on this land. So they're gonna keep going to the east. I will let them go down here for a moment. Just to get another border point with Rome to piss them off. They're rage baiting. And look at them get this entire almost enclosed area. We got 10 turns. I'm going to make sure to look at them this time. Adelaide is going to keep doing the beat down on Port Lincoln. Splitting them in half. Isn't that familiar? Montevideo is going to keep launching the conquest of Ascension. And Ascension, just before death, surrenders. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this bottom area for the next, however long until this map's filled in and we do a battle to the death. It's just this area, this northern area, Greenland, and it's in its entirety almost. Russia and China and shit like that, and Australia. And also Africa. So, we're almost there. Ayan is going to try to union with who, you wonder? Absolutely nobody, because it makes no sense. Next is Nuke, who is going to smallly expand. They're going to go down to the south this time. Jerusalem. New leader. Cool. Buenos Aires is going to be skipped. Neither, though, is going to not. So, they're just going to keep expanding. Mainly because I don't want wars to go down there right now. And, like, the ones I'm skipping, I don't want them to do anything. Yet. No. The Golden Horde is going to have a small split. Son of a bitch! They're going to get Ulaanbaatar. They're going to go to the east because this is just the normal Mongols. I'm just straight up calling them Mongols because it was the first thing that popped in my head and I didn't want to research right now. And you might think they're violent. They're not violent. Yeah. We got the Mongols and the Golden Horde. Tokyo Horde YouTube. With a D. Anyway, Tokyo is going to keep going to the north. They're getting a lot of infrastructure. Even in far-to-reach places, because they want to destroy Ho Chi Minh. So, yeah, they're pretty successful there. Ashgabat is going to expand up into the Russian area still. Ho Chi Minh is going to diverge its origin from Bangkok. Yeah. So now it should say Ho Chi Minh, yep. They said go fuck yourself, really. Carthage! Give it a moment. It should be good now. They're just gonna, you know, keep expanding in this area that nobody cares for because it's a whole bunch of desert. You know what I mean? Nuke is gonna... With who, buddy? With who? Rio de Janeiro is in that area where I don't want anyone to do anything, so we're just gonna skip. Buenos Aires, same boat. Dhaka, not in the same boat. Motherfucker. Name one city they have here. Actually, there's a bunch of cities. Name one of them, though. Name one city, I'll fucking do it. That's right, we're doing Camila. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced. That's how it's spelled, though. So they're gonna get this eastern area, and they're just gonna exist. They're just gonna exist right here. There you go. They're just existing. Mecca is going to keep expanding into Africa. Going to the west, getting towards the Nile. I just realized how many turns I went over. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. 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 We're gonna pretend like I didn't do that. So let me zoom out now that I realized my mistake and properly end this video. That is my bad. I wasn't paying attention. Again. I was having too much fun. I have much more fun when I know I don't have to place the cities. So we are almost done with this map. There's only a few areas, massive areas, that have left to be filled. This is the origin map if you care for that. There it is. This is the faith mode if you care for that. There it is. And we don't care for anything else. So I'm going to see you guys in the next one. You better be there. Zena, peace out. See you guys.